Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya Luisa. Welcome to this video. I did a little question in my Instagram and I asked people, do you want a video on manifestation or do you want a video on sacred sexuality? And the overwhelming majority wanted sacred sexuality. Pero the trick was, in the divine feminine, we don't live in either or. The divine feminine is about and. So I was gonna do both videos anyway, but I did want to just I just wanted to see where you're at, what you're interested in, what are the things that you're working on, and so that's why I asked that question. So now that I know that you're really interested in this topic of sacred sexuality, that you want to learn more, I created this for you, and I hope that you receive the information and the transmissions that you are needed in this time. So let's begin. Remove the shame around it. Remove the guilt, the feelings of guilt, the feelings of sin, the feelings of all of these murky concepts we have when it comes to our sexuality, when it comes to our sacredness. Because the honest truth is, your sexual desire, your sexuality, your sacred sexuality is your birthright. It is a part of the human experience and is very much a part of being alive on this planet. And this concept has been taken from us by religion, by culture, by all of these things. It's taken from us and then sold back to us in the media, through movies, through especially lots of Netflix shows. They get really in there, and through music videos. So it's put this damper of like shame, of guilt, of sin, of all of these things. It's taken from us because we're told that it's bad and it's wrong, and then it's commodified, it's distorted, it's perverted, and then sold back to us in all of these ways that really don't serve us, to be honest with you. I believe that the world is craving for women to be owning and be back in their rightful place as the owners of the domain of sacred sexuality. The world is craving this. Ancient times throughout continents, right? Throughout many different continents, throughout many different cultures, the ancient ways of the woman was the artist of sacred sexuality. We are the owners of this realm. We are the ones that pass this down from spiritual teacher to student, from mother to daughter. These sacred acts were taught through rites of passage. And because of our modern times, because of religion, because of culture, and because of the rise of patriarchy, it's been lost. It's been lost. And so most of us are learning about our own sexuality from the media, from our first partners, from, basically like people who themselves don't know what they're doing, or, from like, it's just such a basic level of sexuality that doesn't even rise to anything that is serving of our spirit. And so this is a reclaiming of our spirit. This is a reclaiming of our birthright to being sovereign beings in our own desires, in our own sacred sexuality. Okay? So this is ancestrally our domain as women. But what my experience is that now, what that looks like is that because we've been cut off from this part of ourselves, because it's been deemed as something that's wrong, something that's dirty, that it comes to this weird energy of, like, when in a marriage, it's this weird energy of obligation. It's this weird energy of, this is my duty. It's the same as like sweeping the floor is a chore. It's the same energy as a chore. opposed to a woman that's full of desire, that's full of owning her desire, a woman that knows her body, a woman that knows her sensuality, a woman that knows the potency and the power of her sexuality. That's very different. And I believe and I know the world is craving that. We as women are craving that, and our partners are craving that as well. So this is a reclaiming of that energy. This is very, very powerful, because your sacred sexuality is directly linked to your success in life, your success in love, your success in your health, your success in your wealth, your ability to attain wealth, your ability to pull wealth to you, pull it down. So because ancestrally we as women, we are the owners of this domain, because in healthy relationships, in healthy sexual relationships, we are the invitation. We are the ones who say yes or we say no. We are the ones who become the invitation, become the experience of sacred sexuality. Sexual acts can be very on a carnal level, or they can actually have the potential to have the ability to rise in your consciousness, to have the ability to experience sex as a form of worship. But where I'm gonna go today in this video is we're gonna talk about sacred sexuality in your own body. So we're not even going to go there where we're connecting with the other. We're going to explore sacred sexuality within your own body for yourself. Because let me tell you, your own sacred sexuality cannot be cultivated from anything outside of yourself. It cannot be cultivated through pills. It cannot be cultivated through a device you buy on Instagram or Amazon. It cannot be cultivated from your partner. It's not your partner's responsibility for you to be in your own desire. It doesn't have anything to do with them. It has everything to do with you. Your sacred sexuality is your own. It is your own inner work. It's your own connection to your body and your connection to that energy that is inherently within you. Sexual energy is one of the most potent, powerful energies on the planet. All of us have it. Not all of us know how to use it correctly. Your sexual energy is the only energy that can actually be tripled. It's so potent. It's creation energy. It's life force energy. So we have to use it the right way. We have to know how to use it the right way. We have to know how to use it in a way that brings us joy, that brings us pleasure, that brings us health, that brings us wealth, that brings us great relationship, that brings us success in life. Women, people in general, especially women who don't know the power of their own sexual energy, will oftentimes be the ones that are leaking it in different places because they don't know and they don't value it. So leaking your sexual energy in different places can lead to lots of loss in health, not just because you are exposing yourself to different bodies, different energies, and different potential for diseases and complicated pregnancies, not even just that, but it's because this energy life force is so potent. It's a part of the base of your body. So your sexual glands, your reproductive space, it's held at the base of your body. So what you want as a healthy human being is you want your energy flow to flow from the crown of your head, like have it be like a smooth channel from the crown of your head through your root chakra and back up. So you want your psychic energy, your spiritual energy, your emotional energy, your sexual energy, all of these energy spaces to be a nice, smooth flow. What happens? what happens is a lot of us, unfortunately, in part of the human experience as a woman, is many of us have experienced sexual trauma, sexual abuse, neglect, bullying, rape, all of these things. And so what happens is when you experience those things, the base of your body holds that. It's like a frozen energy in your body. It holds that. And part of your soul becomes fragmented. It is a natural response to trauma. Yes? So part of the healing, part of the awakening, part of cultivating your sacred sexuality is healing that part of you, is calling all of your soul back to you, to becoming whole again. That is the first thing that I do in my Enchantress course, is we do the calling your soul back to us. We do these healing practices, embodiments, and energetic work to heal those parts of us so that the energy can flow and be a smooth channel. What also happens too is I want to bring up, I have a client of mine who had a very long fertility journey, and through her own experience, because she did IVF, she did like a lot of different very invasive procedures in her body. So some of the doctors were very rough. Some of the procedures were very painful, and that manifested in her trauma in that area. So when it came time for her to give birth, her cervix would not dilate, because your cervix is your inner bodyguard. And so that is how that manifested. So if you have any birth trauma, if you have any medical trauma as well, those are all manifestations that manifest in your life through your sacred sexuality, your sacred sexual energy, not having a clear channel. So we have to call our energy back to us. We have to call and become whole again in oneness with our soul. It's a very important part of the healing journey for us as women. So, I'm sorry, I have notes, yes? So again, this is very much a part of your inner work, your inner journey. This is not something that can be done on the outside. This is something that is cultivated from within. And it's such a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful road to learning your body, learning your energetics, because that is really how you learn to value and learn to experience yourself as a high value woman, because you are coming into wholeness, you're coming into healing those sacred and beautiful parts of you that are so potent and so powerful. Your sexual glands, which are in the base of your body, your sexual glands are where your energy and your life force is stored. So if you have any trauma, anything that has happened, that means that your energy and your life force is not fully activated. So when we're calling ourselves back to wholeness, coming into healing in your own sacred sexual energy, you're coming into your full force of life that exists within you. This is potent. This is powerful. This is creation energy. Your sexual energy is so powerful. Why do you think female rappers interweave lots of sexual energy in their work? Because it's powerful. It's potent. People are drawn to it in a way that can really revolutionize the way that you show up in your work. And that doesn't mean that you have to be like, Little Kim with the with the Little Kim pose showing, your labia. I'm not saying that. But there's different ways to channel that in your work, in your creativity, that people don't see it it's a feeling, it's an essence within you that it's just a potency inside of you, that you're showing up full force, full energy, full flow. You have an extra fuel that lives within you. And this can be used to restore your health as well. So your health, your vitality, all of that is restored when somebody, it's very, very uncommon for a doctor to ask a woman about her sexual energy. It's very uncommon for a doctor to be like, well, how's your libido? I feel like we have normalized in our culture that women get to a certain age and that declines. That's not, let's not normalize that. That doesn't have to be the case. That just means that that sexual energy is dormant inside of her, and it's yearning to be awakened, it's yearning to be cultivated, it's yearning to be ignited. A woman that is ignited in her sacred sexuality is a woman that is in her full sovereign power. I used this example yesterday and I'll use it again here. If you've ever seen the movie Kama Sutra, and it's directed by Mira Nair, in the movie there is a character, her name is Maya, and she is of a lower caste. She's a concubine, she was born into a lower caste, and then she has her friend who is Tara. Tara is the queen. Maya goes through her own journey where she ends up learning the energetics of sacred sexuality, becoming awakened in her body. She knows how to use her body. She knows her sensuality. The queen does not. And Maya ends up learning and rising into power because she's awakened in her sacred sexuality. And Tara goes through her own journey in being a queen and going through experiencing rape. And that's why I think that it's really important to point out that those things happen in marriage, that many women can experience soul loss because they are giving their sexual energy away in a form of obligation, in a form of this is my duty, but it's not a full body yes. So that is something that I really want to bring into the conversation now, and because you can even be in a marriage and experience these things. But when you're awakened, learning the energetics, owning it, owning your desire, owning your sacred sexuality, I think that this is an energy that really, really can change your life in every aspect of it. Every aspect of it, honestly. So, let me see, is there anything else? Yes, so I believe that also it's important for us to embody this energy, because it's important for us to then teach it to our daughters, then teach it to our nieces, to teach these young women around us to value their sacred sexual energy, to value it and to see it in a different light, to not feel like they're obligated to give it away, to really value it, hold its sacredness, hold its potency, hold its power, and teach these young women to channel it in different ways. Channel it in their creativity, channel it in finishing school, channel it in their art, channel it in a business, in a podcast, in creating a book, in becoming a painter. All of these things, they have so many, we as women have so many options now. And that the young women, when they learn these energy, when they learn to hold it, to cultivate it, to value it, to love it, to cherish it, I think that would be a game changer for all of us on the planet. I think that, you remember that Tupac line when he said, I don't want it if it's that easy? Oh, my baby's awake. Okay. This is confusing men, because traditionally in our evolutionary history, men have had to work really, really hard to get to our body. really, really hard. So when you're just like giving it and giving it and giving it, it's confusing. It's confusing to them, and it's changing the dynamics of our culture in a way that's not healthy. So I have a beautiful brand new course if you're interested in going deeper and deeper into the energetics of this. In the course, I teach live, obviously it's virtual, but I have live trainings, I have meditations, energy work, body work, dances, jade egg practice, all of these things for you to fully awaken into your sovereign power. This is your birthright. This is your birthright. This is you and your ability to really hone in on this potent power that exists inside of you. The course name is Enchantress, and I am enrolling now. So if you're interested in it, I highly recommend that you come and to join us. You have lifetime access. As I add content to this course, the price is going to increase over time. So it will never ever be at this price that it's in now. I'm telling you, it will never be at this price. So come and join us if this is something that interests you, if you're looking to work on the energetics of your sacred sexuality, of standing in your power, in your inner beauty. And I will see you in the next video. Peace and love.